Welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today, I'm very, very excited because I'm going to be interviewing someone that I really, really admire. And the person that is going to be talking today, she's going to be sharing so much about mindset because this woman is amazing. She does everything. She's an IFBB pro, bikini pro. She's done over 35 shows in bodybuilding, which is crazy. And not only that, but she's also a business owner. She's an online female fat loss coach, and she's also a posing coach. So she's got a crazy life, but despite that, she makes it happen, and she's competing, and she's amazing. And I just truly, truly admire that. So thank you so much, Mahsa, for being here. I truly appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, share all your knowledge and your tips and everything with us. I want to get started by talking about bodybuilding because you've done over 35 shows, which is honestly crazy. That's so many shows. So I want to ask you, like, when did you decided to start with bodybuilding and what made you decide, like, this is the thing that I want to do?
Yes. First of all, thank you for having me. It's nice to be here talking to you, and whoever is listening to this, hopefully you can get some tips. Hopefully this can help even one person. We're grateful, and that's the goal. So as long as my journey, yes, I have done, I need to actually sit and count properly to see how many shows I've done. But yes, probably around that many shows. And I started bodybuilding specifically. My very first show was in 2015. And that's when I moved to the States like 3 years, 4 years prior to that. I moved from my country, Iran, to the United States. I was always, training. I loved training. I loved being an athlete. I loved the discipline. I loved to have a goal, and like I was always competitive because growing up, I was um, playing always sports, different sports. I was a swimmer. Professionally, I was a water polo player. So these were like doing sports. It was my passion, and I wanted to do something again, doing it competitively. So when I moved to the States, training was always, part of my life. I would train just more like passion, fun. I would do swimming as my cardio, and I would go to the gym and train probably like 4 times a week just to train after work, after my working hours. And yeah, so one day, one of my friends who had done a bodybuilding show asked me that, have you ever thought about doing a bodybuilding competition? And that was never, in my imagination. I never thought like I would be looking like that, or how is that possible to look like that, or to build your body parts, that way. So I started kind of thinking about it, and I was like, okay, if it's possible, like, and if I can train that way and like be more serious again, yeah, I would love to try it. So yeah, I got, introduced to my very first coach, a bodybuilding coach. He was one of the trainers at my gym, and I did my very first show. That's in 2015 in DC, Virginia, and I won my first show. It was a big show, and I was like, okay, I think I like this. I think I can get used to it and try it again. And yeah, I think I found my passion, just doing something that I'm competitive again, and I can follow my passion. I can follow my passion into fitness and grow better, feel better, get stronger. So that was just the start.
Mm. That's crazy because it's been, yeah, over what, almost 10 years that you've been competing. In bodybuilding, as we know, it's not easy at all. I feel like bodybuilding it's more mentally challenging than physically because you have to be, prepared to follow a very strict diet. You have to be prepared to get your workouts done. Whether you feel like doing them or not, you have to get them done because you want to be looking good on a stage. You don't want to be wasting your time doing nothing. So how do you maintain that a strong mindset to keep doing show, show after show? It's been already 9 years and not give up because many people would have been like, oh yeah, one show, yeah, I'm done, goodbye, this is not for me. But for you, it's been literally almost 10 years. How do you maintain that mindset so freaking strong?
Yeah, it actually takes a lot of, yeah, strong, being so strong mentally. That's the biggest aspect in bodybuilding. You have to be strong, not just physically, mentally. That's the most part. It's more mental than physical, sometimes I would say. But first of all, you should look at fitness as a passion, as not a chore, as something that you can enjoy doing it. Like you should enjoy going to the gym. You should enjoy feeling stronger, and keep looking at it as something that's part of your life. Just like waking up, brushing your teeth, brushing your hair. This is part of the life. It makes you feel better. It makes you look better, not just physically, and then it comes a lot of it with mental aspects of it too, that feeling is stronger, getting more empowered. So those things, of course, helps you to keep going. And going back to the gym, there are of course days that I am tired. A lot of us are tired, and yeah, it comes again, um, if it's an excuse, if it's an being actually tired. So you have to have some type of balance in your life too. That I found that balance really good. I don't let bodybuilding, or I don't let being so serious in fitness um really affect my other aspects in my life. I want those as fitness to help me to get better at other parts, other aspects in life too, whether it's my relationship. I don't let those things, interfere or affect it. I still maintain my relationships. I still maintain, my social life, but there are of course always sacrifices that needs to be made. If you want to look certain way, if you want to, if you have a goal, that's an important goal for you, whether it's being so serious, if it's a bodybuilding, that's more serious, or whether if it's like losing 5 pounds of body fat or losing 10 pounds, those are your goals. So when it comes to your goal, you should always make some sort of sacrifice. It's gonna be, it can be easy, it can be done easier, but it's not going to be very easy. So, you have to be serious. You have to see how important that goal is for you and how you can achieve that goal. So, um, it comes, yeah, it's not easy. It has a lot of, yeah, ups and downs mentally, physically. You have days that you're tired. I go through all of it. I have days that I'm exhausted. I cannot get out of bed, but you look at the goals. You can, you have first, like you have responsibility as a coach, as an athlete, as a partner, as a friend. So you have to, look at all those things and see like it's not just you sometimes, it's other people who need you as that person. So you need to, show up and, sometimes, yeah, maybe take an extra rest day and like, just give yourself more time to have clarity and like feel better, but you have to show up when you have a goal for everyone.
Mm-hmm. And I like how you mentioned like you have to make fitness, you have to enjoy fitness, and it doesn't have to be like it's something that you have to do. I think that's the main thing, and that's what we always say. Like once you make fitness part of your lifestyle, it becomes easier, and then it's easier to go to the gym, even if you don't feel motivated. It's easier to follow your meal plan, even if you don't feel motivated, because it's something that I want to do for myself because it makes me feel good, and it's not like I have to get it done because of X, Y, Z, and yeah, it's just crazy to me, honestly. 10 years of bodybuilding. I've done only 3 years of bodybuilding myself. And it was pretty hard, like pretty challenging. I was feeling very tired, like extremely tired. Honestly, even just getting up to go to the bathroom or like getting changed, it was painful because your body's so depleted. You feel so weak, but you still have to get things done. Like you said, your workouts and everything. And like you said, it's if you have that goal that you want to achieve, we have to make those sacrifices. And I think that's what people don't really think about too much, or they don't want to give up a few things to achieve those goals. I think sometimes we just want like the easy way to get things, but we don't want to make those sacrifices. And that's the difference between people that actually succeed in what they do and people that don't have success in what they do. Is making those sacrifices and staying strong with that mindset. But how do you balance everything? Like how do you balance being a professional bodybuilder full time? How do you balance running your own business, doing online coaching, doing posting? Is there anything else that you do, or is it just mainly those three things that you're doing?
Pretty much, yeah, these are the main things as far as, yeah, my job. And of course, like I work at shows sometimes with, some of my sponsors, but basically, yeah, I'm a full-time coach and I have, yeah, a lot of online clients. I train some of my clients in person who are here, but mostly online and yeah, posing, whether it's online or in person. And being an athlete, yeah, doing competition when it's the competition season, that's like a full-time job itself because it takes a lot of time. So it all comes to having a routine, whether you're an athlete or, if you just work, you have kids. When you have a goal, you have to have a routine. I always tell my clients too, you cannot just get up and like go by your day and see what's going to happen. You have to plan your day, days ahead, night ahead, whether it's your food, whether what you're doing, the meetings, like the calls, whatever it is with your job and like the goal that you have in your fitness life. You have to create that routine. So like getting up, getting your cardio done, or just do the things that you're doing, and have a set time for your training, have a set time for your meals, food, all those things. Of course, things can change, but having a set routine and knowing what's going to be day by day, how your day is going to look like, and making sure, there are some non-negotiables that you have to get done no matter how tired you are or how busy you are. And that's part of it. You have to get it done. Like, sometimes I'm like, yeah, you chose this. This is the life I chose, or this is a life, this is a goal. Talking to my client, this is a goal that you chose for yourself, so you have to get it done. Whether life gets busy, there's a lot of ups and downs. There are days that we don't feel like doing a lot of things, but and this is what I chose, so I cannot make so many excuses to get things undone. So
Mhm.
it's just of like, yeah, creating a routine, making sure they're non-negotiables. You're tired, you want to, get your steps done. At the end of the day, you don't feel like it, but you haven't done it. Like, just go get it done no matter what, and just follow it on a daily basis. And when it becomes to a routine, it makes it a lot easier. Whether just like you're not always motivated to get things done, but when you have a routine, it's gonna be done anyways. That's part of your day.
Yeah, I agree. I think routine is everything. If you don't have like a proper routine in place, it's much easier to waste time thinking whether you feel like going to the gym or you don't feel like going to the gym. You waste time thinking why you have to eat or if you want to eat, or maybe you make the excuse like I don't have the time. And if you don't have a
Mhm.
routine, your schedule is all over the place. And that's why people often say, like, I'm too busy. I don't have time for this. Like, I don't have time for my fitness right now because I have too much going on with work, with life, with family, with relationships, and whatever. But it's like we do have the time. Like we all have the time. We all have 24 hours in one day. It's just scheduling things into your calendar and making sure you find that routine that works for you. Because what works for you might not work for someone else. So your routine has to be very unique, very yeah, very specific to you and the things that are gonna help you reach your goals. And also you just gotta make sure that you do those non-negotiables, like you said. Also, if you promise yourself, like, I'm gonna achieve this goal, like if my goal is to lose body fat and you have made that promise to yourself, you have to stick to your promise, because if you don't, you will never make anything happen. So now,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Nobody forced us to choose these goals, and it's gonna be something that you've set in your mind for a long time. So you just got to get it done. And no matter what happens, what life has that day to offer, you just get things done and get yourself to where you want to get. You set yourself for something, so you want to get there um, as fast as possible. So don't make extra excuses.
exactly. Because I think like people, when they look at people like you know, doing bodybuilding full time, I think sometimes people assume like, oh, she just does bodybuilding, like she has no job. There's nothing, she has no life. She has it easy for herself. She can, she has more time to train and things like that. But it's not like that because you still have a life. You still have a relationship that needs time. You still have family. You still have friends. You still have your job that you're doing. So you have other things going on. It's not just bodybuilding and nothing else. But you still manage to find the time to get your trainings done, to prep your meals, to stick to your things and to follow that routine that you have created for yourself. So, what are some of your non-negotiables on a daily basis?
Well, right now I'm not in the competition, so I don't have a competition coming up. And actually, when I did have it, the past month, July and August, I did in like 4 weeks frame. In like 5 weeks, I did 4 shows, and that was like a very hectic like weeks back to back, and I was preparing for it for a long time. So I've been, I was on prep for a long time, and I've said this to a lot of people always too, even for myself, it happens when you have more pressure, when you're, a lot of things happening, when you're, going through that, actually you can do better, like being pressured by like a lot of tasks. And as long as you have that a schedule, like you can do better. Like those couple months, I did the best, in my business, or I did really good at my shows coming, not competing for like, taking 3 years off, 2 years off and coming back. Those two, those 2, 3 months, I had so much pressure, a lot of things like clients, work, job, my own prep, but I did a lot better than even like other months. So it just comes, yeah, to those non-negotiables, whether, I'm off season or on prep, the things I do on a daily basis. Yeah, just getting up, first of all, like, yeah, um, get work done with my clients, making sure, they're taken care of. That's like, number one thing I go through. But that's part of like my job, that's part of my responsibility. But when it comes to myself, things I do to achieve, to my fitness goals, whether it's off season or on prep, um, my training, of course, I train, depending on like what season I am, I train 5 to 6 times a week, sometimes five, just to take my recovery more seriously. I do cardio mostly, if it's off season, mostly steps. So I focus on like getting the steps done. So getting outside and getting some sunlight, just walking outside, having coffee, those things to make me, of course, feel better too. And my training and planning my meals, meal prepping. I do eat by flexible dieting. I do eat variety of food. I enjoy, all sources of food. It's not like I eat the same boring food on a daily basis, but I do have a staples. It's not like I, I eat like different thing every single day. I eat, different variations of food that I enjoy. I still eat this, sweet things that I like, and all the variation. And that's how I, preach. And I want everyone to understand that you can get to your fitness goals, and getting to that body that you want by, having the food that you enjoy also. It's not just like being too strict. You can be flexible, but at the same time, you need to have some staple items. You need to plan ahead again, knowing what you eat. So those are the things, like I've always planned my meals. I've always known like what I'm gonna eat throughout the day, and everything is ready and set. So I don't have to think about it or come up with new things. And at the end of the day, I end up not hitting my macros or going over or going under. In order to, yes, to reach that goal, you need to be consistent. So consistency is the main thing, that, has to be day-to-day basis. It cannot be like so much up and down. If from here you want to get to here, it might be a little bit ups and down, but it has to be a good line getting you to that goal. So just those things as far as the food. And yeah, steps, my cardio, I have like a cardio class that I go to, that helps me. We don't enjoy cardio as much, a lot of us. So I found something that I can enjoy. It's a cycling class I go. and it keeps me, it's a good music. Again, I tell everyone, find something that you can enjoy. Cardio does not always have to be running. It can be something you enjoy. It can be a sport. It can be swimming. It can be playing tennis. So find something that you can enjoy and stay consistent with it, and to make sure that it's going to get you from here to the goal that you want, the best way possible. You're enjoying it, and at the same time you don't feel like it's like a chore, something you have to do it. So find your passion through it.
Yeah. And I like how you mentioned one, flexibility. And that's something that you do like with your own diet. Like we can be flexible, enjoy the foods that we like and at the same time achieve our fitness goals. Because I think often the mistake that most people do is that they feel like they have to be very restrictive. They feel like they need to follow something like a bodybuilder diet, just chicken, rice, broccoli, nothing else, and they're not allowed to have chocolate or ice cream and things like that. But it doesn't have to be like that. You can still enjoy those things. And this is coming from a pro bodybuilder that has an amazing physique. Like you can still be flexible and get the physique that you want. But the main thing is to be prepared, which is what you said, and also to be consistent. If you're not consistent, you will simply never achieve those fitness goals because you're gonna be like doing something, taking a few steps forward and then messing up and then taking a few steps back. You just have to be consistent. Even if life happens and you have challenges, it's all about just slowly overcoming those challenges and just making it happen so you can get to that end goal. And I want to talk a little bit about coaching because you are a coach. Obviously, you have a lot of knowledge about training and nutrition. You've been doing this on your own, bodybuilding for so many years in training, but you still have a coach that helps you when you're competing. So why do you think it's important to have a coach, even though you have a lot of knowledge and experience with your fitness?
Yeah, absolutely. I could coach myself any day, but again, I choose myself even to have a coach, because when it comes to yourself, when it comes to your body, you don't want to have that extra stress. For me, of course, it's a higher level, it's more serious. So I definitely don't want to have that stress. But, for someone who is not competing, or, a lifestyle client, or someone who just wants to look good, first, yeah, you don't want to have that stress. You don't want to put so much of thinking in your head. Of course, you want to learn throughout the way, and that's the goal. You want to learn, you want to understand everything, like what it goes to, fat loss, or getting to yourself, your strength, to that extra next level. But when it comes to yourself, it's always first, it's good to be more accountable, having a coach, doing check-in, whether it's weekly, whether it's bi-weekly, or anyway, whoever is, however different coaches do it. It's good, first of all, to keep yourself more accountable. When you have a coach, when you're gonna kind of report to someone and like talk to someone, and you're gonna end up being a better person throughout the week. You're gonna be a better person, like, making the choices in food, whether, if you go out or if you're doing it yourself. And of course, like, that coach, that person has more knowledge. You can learn always from that person a lot more. Like, when it comes to myself, even though I have a lot of knowledge, I've learned so much from different coaches throughout all these years. Like, all these things gathering, everybody has, like, different methods. So you can first of all learn from everyone, and you don't want to have that stress yourself. You don't want to think so much what to do, what I can do. So why not giving that a stress to someone who can lead you to get there. And another thing that's so important, like, we may not have the eye for ourselves, for our body. Sometimes, you look amazing, but sometimes in your head, you look at yourself, you're like, oh no, like, I'm still not there. Or, this can be changed, or like, you don't see yourself good enough. Or sometimes there are things you don't see yourself, and that coach has a better eye, because, that's the job of a coach. So, um even me, like, even though I have the eye to my clients or everybody else, when it comes to my body, I can't, sometimes I cannot see the things, or sometimes I see too much. So you want to take the stress out of your mind and out of yourself, so, and let that coach do the job always, and you just listen, follow. You end up being a better person, doing better, learning a lot. And, of course, just like, get more experience, you have questions, you can ask your coach, and like, understand better, like how you can perform better, whether it's at the gym, whether it's with your food. And yeah, so even me, as as a coach who has done this for so many years, I still don't want to mess when it comes to myself. Like, I don't want to mess anything, so I just want to like take the stress out, just want to be peaceful and just listen what my coach says and follow, and take the lead to that person.
I agree 100% because I feel like even though we have the knowledge, there's always something to learn. There's always gonna be something to learn. I feel like there's never gonna be a point that you're gonna be like, I know everything. Like I need, I'm able to work by myself because one is the things that you're gonna be learning, the new knowledge that you're gonna gain. Two, accountability, which I agree 100%. If you don't have that person holding you accountable, it's easier to not do those things. Even though, yes, we are very disciplined, we have the knowledge, we're still humans, we're not perfect. There's gonna be times that we don't feel like doing things, but if we know that we have that accountability, it makes things easier. So you get your things done. And also something else that you mentioned is that it's easier to see the progress with your clients or with other people, but it's not that easier to see that progress in ourselves, which is 100% true. Like it happens all the time with myself, like my own coaching, and also with my clients. Like I can see when I see their pictures, the before and after, I can see the difference. I can see they're making changes. But then they tell me like, Danny, I'm not making any changes. I'm not losing weight. I feel frustrated. I feel stuck. I'm like, you are making changes. You're just not seeing it just yet because maybe right now you have this image of your head of how you want to look, but because you're not there just yet, this is kind of like blinding you and it's not letting you see the progress that you are making. So having that accountability and that coach helps you and reminds you that you are making progress. So you just gonna have to keep going and keep pushing. And this is why I always say, like, work with a coach that can help you. Even us as coaches, we still have a coach that help us with our fitness because accountability, it's everything. And it's what helps
Absolutely.
you successful.
Yeah, and if you want to get to your end goal, if you can get to that end goal yourself, if you're doing it by yourself, can get to that end goal like within 2 years. With a coach, you can get there, within 7 months, 8 months, 1 year. So having a coach, yeah, it's gonna make things a lot more smoother, better. So why not? Like, it might be, yes, investment, but it's for your health, it's for, for your physique, it's for your goal. So, you know a lot of people, yeah, they do a lot of things, they spend a lot of like money on here and there, but when it comes to their health, or hiring a coach, that becomes a little harder for them. So first of all, yeah, you need to understand that like this is for you, for your health, and longevity, looking better and getting yourself to that end goal, smoother and better. So yes, I think everyone benefits, even us as coaches benefits from having a coach. So yeah, it's like a no-brainer. It's in anything, not just fitness, different aspects of life too.
Yeah, invest in yourself. That's the main thing. Yeah, it's funny when I see people, they're willing to spend money on things that are not helping them with their health
Yeah.
or person. But when it comes to them, it's like, no, it's too expensive. Like, I don't want to spend that money. Or they think it's a waste of money. It's not, it's an investment that you're making for yourself. But how do you think fitness, or do you think fitness has helped you to be more successful in your business?
Yes, yeah, definitely. Being, especially like, yeah, having routine, having a strong mindset, and like being a person that's strong at the gym, like going to that past limit sometimes, or being mentally strong when it comes to diet, training, all those things. Yes, of course, it helps you like being strong in that other aspect too, and get more successful. But this is one part of it, and the other part is, when you are doing so well, when you feel good, when you do all those things to look better. Yes, like your clients want to look up to someone who is doing everything, who's going through all the phases themselves, and who has experienced it all. And they want to look up to that person. They want to look up to that person who takes care of their health, who has all the challenges, and who, looks good, takes care of themselves, like physically, mentally. So, yes, of course, clients and, people want to work with that type of coach, not someone who hasn't experienced it themselves or who hasn't, worked with people or gone through all these challenges themselves. So it makes a huge difference. Absolutely.
I agree. And this is why I always say like fitness can change your life, because once you take control of your fitness, once you start feeling better about yourself, your body and everything, it helps you so much. Like it helps you perform better at your job, your career, whatever you're doing. It helps you to be, I think, a better partner, because I don't know. There's something about fitness that just helps you to have that strong mindset. And whenever you're facing a challenge in your life, nothing to do with fitness, it just helps you to be a little bit stronger. Obviously, it's not easy when there's a challenge; it's always hard. But it just helps you to have that stronger mindset, so you can overcome those challenges or whatever it's going on. This is why I personally love fitness so much, because once you take control of this, you literally take control of your life in everything that you do. And how do you do to overcome challenges? Like whenever you're faced with, a setback or a challenge, how do you ensure that you overcome that and ensure that you don't put your fitness on hold and you keep doing, your training, your meal planning, all of those things?
Mm-hmm. Well, this is, this can be different. And we're not saying everything is always perfect and we're perfect or everything is easy. And, we've got like to the point, like even after all these years, like we don't go through, tough times or ups and downs or like, I don't feel like doing this thing today. Yeah, I go through it myself, like, a few times a week. Like, it's a lot of like emotions and ups and downs all the time. So it's definitely not easy. And there is always so many challenges. I go through it myself. I feel like um and I never say it has gotten easier. It might have been, maybe just I'm more used to it. It hasn't gotten easier. And it doesn't always get easy. It's always challenging. But, the challenges, first of all, make you stronger. And it's always so empowering to see that, like, okay, I did this, like through all these, like, tough days and rough days and hard times, like I came out successful. Like I did so good at my shows and I did so good with my clients. I still managed to have like really good lifts at the gym. So first of all, yeah, it's so empowering. And we're not saying this is always like rainbows and butterflies. It's hard. This is not easy, and it is, mentally can be really hard and physically too. But just how you can overcome the challenges and how you can, you know, pass through it. First of all, it's gonna feel so good. You're gonna be so proud of yourself that you did all of it. So, it's just a matter of like, pushing through those days and not letting one bad day turn out to be days and days, because it has happened to me. Like, I turned out like having one bad day, turned out like, going mentally through tough times. And when you let yourself go, it can, it's really hard to come out of that. So it's just a matter of like not having, a bad day or bad week turn out to be weeks and month. Then then that's the hard part. Then, that can be really, really hard to get out of. And of course, like it's mostly important, like when you're going through these times, you make sure like the circle around you, people around you who you're surrounding yourself with, like those community, the people, the friends, the partners. It's always good to be part of a community who can, help you, to push you to, be a better person always on a daily. But of course, during the challenges, that's, another important thing, to make sure you're surrounding yourself with good people, a good community of friends to, help you get out of that hole. It has, because it's happened to me. And, I've gone through like hard days, and I've had times that, I've went through, mentally difficult times that I didn't want to go to the gym. And it happened like me after being an IFBB pro, being, like have done so good. So, and everyone looks up to you. And like you have a period of your life that like you end up like not going to the gym. This had never happened to me. But it happened to me, one year, like a few years ago, not so long ago. And I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to do anything. It was just like, you end up like being in your, little corner. So it's just a matter of like, again, go back and like think inside in your roots that like, okay, in this time, what's gonna make me feel better? It may be hard in the beginning again, going to the gym, it's gonna be difficult, like, doing that cardio, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be, if you're out of shape, it's gonna be really hard, yes. But just know, take it day by day, first of all, and just let the day just pass, like another day, pass, and just do the things that end of the day, it's gonna make you feel better. And whether it's your diet, whether it's your training, whether it comes to your cardio, it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be challenging, yes. But at the end of the day, it just comes to knowing that those are the things that's making you feel better. And at the end of the day, if you repeat these things day by day, like just consistency, you're gonna get to that end goal. And yeah, it's happened to all of us. We've gone through all those challenges. It hasn't been easy, but it's always a bright, happy day if you keep yourself accountable, have that coach, and be surrounded with good friends, good community, someone who can push you to get out of that. um yes, and gym is always a happy place. So even if you don't feel like going to the gym, go to a gym, and always you feel better afterwards.
Yeah. I think, yeah, taking it one day at a time is what makes a difference. I think people
Yeah,
sometimes they get too focused like in the future and they think too much like about tomorrow, what's gonna happen next week, next month. And it's like if you spend too much time thinking about the next few months, the next few weeks, you're simply gonna get yourself into a trap and you're gonna feel that you're not able to get out of that and you're gonna feel or make yourself feel tired or upset or frustrated or whatever feelings you're going through. But if you only just take it one day at a time, nothing else, make it easy for yourself. It's gonna be easier to get out of that dark place that maybe you are in right now, and it's gonna be easier to overcome those challenges. And it's gonna be easier to realize that if you do the things that makes you feel good, like going to the gym, showing up for yourself, prepping your meals, little things like that. I think they do make a huge difference. And like you said, slowly it gets easier, it gets easier, it gets easier. But I think it will never get 100% easier. There's always gonna be those challenges. There's always gonna be setbacks for everyone, even for me, even for a pro bodybuilder like you, for everyone. We always gonna have those setbacks. But it's more about how we can overcome that and how we can ensure that we don't let that hold us back and that we don't put our fitness on hold. Because every time I hear people saying like, it's getting too much, I'm just gonna put this on hold until things get better. But when are they gonna get better? They
yeah,
might
no,
tomorrow or
yeah,
in 2 months.
yeah. Yeah, it's something, if you put it on hold, yes, instead of like, there's not gonna be ever that perfect day to start something, never. It's always gonna be so much going on. Life is life. There's always so many things to do. There's always, yeah, vacations, travels, all those are good things, but there's always, yeah, jobs, kids, family, this happen, emergencies. Yeah, those things always happen. And there's not gonna be always a perfect day, but if you want to look for that perfect day to start, it's probably you end up not starting. So don't even bother. But yeah, if you want to start something, if you have a goal, and if you and it should be everyone's goal. It's just nice to feel good in your body, and feel not just like physically, from inside outside. And everything is gonna be helping you to just feel so much better, stronger, and get to that aesthetics too. Those comes next when you started. So yeah, there's not ever, never should be a hold. It might be, yeah, taking days off, that's different, to make you feel better, recover, but putting on hold, it's not gonna be that perfect day to start it. So no brainer.
And also like putting your fitness on hold is not gonna help you feel better. And if you don't feel better, you're not gonna overcome that challenge. So if you're listening to this right now, you're watching this, and right now you're putting your fitness on hold, get it done. Like start with today, even if it's just going for a walk. That's something. You don't have to straight away do this and that and that. Just do something very little. Like take a tiny step, and the more you take those tiny steps, the easier it's gonna get to reach your goals. And what's one advice that you will give to women that they really want to get started with the fitness journey, or maybe they have put the fitness on hold and they want to get back on track, or maybe they want to start with their own business, but they're just afraid that they're going to fail or that they're not going to succeed? What's something that you will tell them?
Well, there's always success in something that may not be in your comfort zone. So you just need to get out of that comfort zone, because know that 100%, you're gonna feel so much better, and you're gonna be so much happier when you take that first step. When just to start from somewhere. It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be something extraordinary. You're not gonna be, doing a bodybuilding competition. Nobody, you don't have to like put so much pressure on yourself. It's just a matter of like get your body moving, and start like slow. Take small steps, just the smallest steps to get you to that end goal. And you don't have to always think about that end goal, but just make small steps. Don't put so much pressure on yourself, and you're gonna see how much you're gonna enjoy. Just take that first step, like doing little things, eating better, fueling your body with, nourishing your body with like better foods, and getting stronger at the gym, and feeling, as we get older, it's not ever gonna be, our body is not gonna ever get younger. We're getting older, so we need to take care of ourselves. So always consider all these things and make sure you're taking that first step, and know that this is gonna be the best investment you're doing for your health, for your fitness, and you're gonna feel better, you're gonna look better too. So there's never should be any doubt about it.
Yeah, I think pushing yourself out of your comfort zone is what changes everything. Literally everything. Like if you stay in your little bubble, nothing is gonna change, nothing is gonna happen. But if you step out of that bubble, of that zone, you're gonna discover things about yourself, you're gonna learn new things about yourself, and you're gonna reach the goals that you want to reach because you took that step and also you took the action to make it happen. I think like the main messages that we got from this podcast in this conversation is one, having a consistency with what you're doing. If you're not consistent, it's going to be much harder to get those goals. Two, having a routine and scheduling what you're doing, because that's what's going to help you reach those goals. Whether you feel like doing those things or you don't feel like doing them, if you have that routine, it gets easier. It makes things a little bit easier. So you can show up for yourself and do the things that you promise yourself you're going to do. And also step out of your comfort zone. If you stay in your little bubble, nothing is going to happen. But if you take that one step and you take that action, then things are going to change for you. And tomorrow or next week, you're going to be living the life that you always dream of, because we can all make it happen. We can all achieve anything that we set our mind to. It's just about taking the action, being consistent, and I think also being patient. But is there anything else you want to mention before we go?
No, all this, I think we covered all the good things and everything that hopefully everybody who is listening take these advices, and just, think about it as just, a friend talking to you and encouraging you. If you don't have that circle, so there's always, podcasts like this that you can listen, and knowing that, we can be your friends, and like, just giving you advice as things that we have gone through it ourselves. And um those challenges, it's not just you having it, everybody goes through it. The most successful people, whether in fitness or any other aspect that your goal is, we go through all of it, but it's just a matter of like taking the step, getting out of the comfort zone, and really looking at it as something that is going to change your life, make you happier, enjoying it, just looking at yourself, how strong you are, and how you can inspire the people around you, and make them feel good, make them take the first step, make them take action. And it's so empowering to see that like you're making an impact. So yeah, why not do it? And take this as something that you can have with yourself forever, and just get better on a daily, and get to that end goal, whatever that is.
Yeah, I love that. I think, yeah, we can also empower other women around us. And
Mhm.
what my clients tell me all the time as well, like once they achieve their fitness goals, then their family or their friends start being like, wow, I can see changes. Now I want to start with my journey, which yeah, it's something that makes me personally very, very happy.
Yeah.
But thank
So,
yeah. Thank you so much, Mercy, for being here. I really enjoyed talking to you and getting all, all the advice and tips that you gave us. And like you say, hopefully, if you're watching this or listening to this, we can help you get started with that goal. We can help you get started with your fitness journey. Listen to podcasts. Ask for help if you feel stuck. Don't feel like you have to figure out everything on your own. You don't have to. That's why there's coaches out there that we can help you with that. So don't be afraid. Work with someone that you can relate, someone that truly has the knowledge and wants to help you, not your money, but wants to help you achieve your goals. And that's what's going to make that huge difference. If you haven't already followed Masa on her Instagram, make sure you do. What's your Instagram handle? I cannot pronounce your last name.
I don't have my last name, but it's Mahsa MAHSA _ IFBB Pro.
Okay, yeah.
But my last name is, you can find me by my last name too. Mahsa, first name, last name is Akbarimehr.
Yeah, okay. I try. I was how do you think but I'm not
Sorry.
able. Thank you so much. Thank you so much once again. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please share it on your social media and tag me at Daniela del Carpio. Until next time. And as I always say, don't ever stop believing in yourself. Ciao, ciao.